When I got divorced 17 years ago, I honestly never thought I'd be starting over at 50 years old. I mean, from scratch, nothing. And this channel is about life experiences, aging, starting over, rebuilding your life after a divorce or loss of a job or any number of things that can set you back in the middle of your life or as you're nearing retirement. Getting a divorce is never easy, but getting a divorce after 27 years of marriage and nearing around 50 years old is what I was. But later in life, getting a divorce after being married for so long and having to completely start over is something that I never expected or wasn't ready for. And there's a lot of things that I never even thought about. Man, I wasn't ready. Seriously, I actually didn't see it coming, so it really hit me kind of hard. And so I wasn't ready financially. I hadn't even thought about getting a lawyer or anything, or any of the things that you need to do when you're getting a divorce. The thing for me was the loneliness. Some people struggle with that more than others. Maybe some men would find it liberating to be on their own. This is something that nobody prepares you for, being entirely on your own. It can be hard. I mean, we're grown men. We should be able to take it, tough it up, suck it up, and, so what? But if you're not used to it, it can be a big adjustment. So I had to learn independence all over again. Or for me, but like almost the first time. And that was an adjustment. But you know what? I got through it, and I think it really helped me. A lot of husbands spend decades being the provider, the worker, the husband, the father, that's their role. And when that suddenly, when that suddenly changes, that can really jolt you. It jolted me. And sometimes it's not the actual relationship that you miss. It's the just somebody being there, somebody in the house with you, somebody there, somebody you can talk to in the evening, somebody that you can bounce things off of. When you're entirely by yourself, that changes. And I'm not saying this in a woe is me type of way, sympathy type of way. But if you've been used to the other way for so long, it's an adjustment. It's a big adjustment. And I think a lot of men, we don't handle that very well. It seems, maybe it's just me, but it seems like women handle it better than men. They just seem to move on, They're ready to roll. They're ready to get started. As a matter of fact, seems like a lot of them already have the plan set, It's like, wow, you already had this all planned out, and you've moved on and not even batting an eye. That's the way it was for me anyway. And I've known a lot of men that feel the same way, that they're not prepared, but the woman just seems to, I'm good. So I don't know, maybe from their perspective, it's different. Maybe it's been building up over years and they've had enough. I don't know. I can only look at it from a man's point of view, or my point of view. I think a lot of men feel lost for quite a while. They feel, a lot of us men are probably just big kids, and we feel lost but don't want to admit it because we're big, strong guys, But, God, I'll admit it. I cried like a baby when it happened. I was hurt, scared, and I don't think that we're always we're meant as men. We're supposed to be strong and the backbone and all that strong backbone, but we're still just human. So, but I'll tell you what helped me. One, I had a friend that kind of came around at that time, and he was single, and I just started kind of doing the single life with him for a while. And it probably wasn't the best thing to do, but it honestly it helped me get by. Went out, went to the bars a couple times, more than a couple times. We golfed together and did some activities that kept my mind off of what was going on. And if you have something like that in your life to focus on and just take your mind off of the heaviness of the whole situation and just try to concentrate on something that's a hobby. Like I did golf and I paint and fish and things like that. And if you can get into some activities and do some things, it takes your mind off of it. If you just sit at home and think about it all the time, that's not very healthy, and it's not going to help you move forward. That's at least my advice. What helped me was staying busy, having some hobbies, having something to do, something to dwell on besides the situation at hand. So this channel is about conversations about aging as a man, getting older, maybe our insecurities, our feelings about what it is to age as a man. Maybe you've gone through similar things, and the loneliness and the rebuilding of a life after having something for so long, and you're starting over again for the first time and since you were young. And that's something that I haven't seen many people talk about. It's about trying to find peace and purpose again, and to find hope that things are good. You can move on and have a good life. I'm not making this channel because I have the answers or I'm all knowledgeable about this stuff. I'm just making this channel because I've been through it, and I can only share what I went through when I did it. I didn't only lose a marriage. I lost my job at the same time, which I haven't mentioned. So and homeless. I lost my house. So I was homeless, I lost my job, and I lost my marriage all at the same time. So, but I didn't want to tackle all those in the same video. But my point being, I've had experience in all of these things. So, life didn't turn out exactly the way I expected it to. I got a curveball right in the middle of my life. But my life ended up actually better. So that's all I can speak to is my experience. But maybe let you know if you're going through it that it can be better. It can get better. And maybe even be better than it was before. So I hope you like this little video. I hope you come back and so far look at my other two videos. But I'm going to make more about my experiences and how I dealt with things. So my name is Dennis, and did I mention that? Anyway, I hope you come back and take care. Bye.